I got a really neat little newspaper article about Steve Porter. This is his 80th birthday party up in Wisconsin. It was in this church, and it was in the newspaper. One of your cousins sent it to me. So I just got this, not too many months ago. But I want to read it here real quick. They're celebrating Reverend Porter's 80th birthday here in this church. On Sunday, August 16th, a general gathering and birthday service was held at the Elton Methodist Church in honor of Reverend S.L. Porter's 80th birthday. It was a great privilege to have Mr. Porter present, as he has been in very poor health since June 1st. A musical program was rendered by the choir of 20 voices with special numbers by Mr. and Mrs. Roy Porter. Roy Porter is one of Levi's grandsons who lived in Wisconsin, Bob Porter's son. And Mr. and Mrs. Orr and daughter Wanda Little, Gladys Porter, and Nona Mae Orr. The birthday wish was presented by little Bobby Porter. That's Bob Porter in California that you talked to, that knew your dad. He's 80. How old is he?
89.
89.
Right.
So that's him in this newspaper story, little Bobby Porter. 2 large cakes, properly decorated with candles, were placed in front of the platform on a table. The second cake being from Mrs. Hiram Rice, a member of the church whose birthday also was celebrated on this day. The Reverend Porter has faithfully served as pastor of this church for 22 years, having founded it at that time. With hearts full of love and gratitude, friends from Crandon, Antigo, and Bryant, as well as those from Elton, met with him on this day. The assistant pastor, Mrs. Jeanette Orr, read a poem, Our Dear Pastor, which she composed in honor of the Reverend Porter, after which she preached from the subject, The Good Shepherd. The scripture reading was given by Mrs. Roy Porter, in being the 23rd Psalm. There were about 100 people in the congregation. The poem, Our Dear Pastor, is given below. And here's the poem real quick. For many years, this noble man of God has been faithfully and truly borne the shepherd's rod. He tenderly watched each sheep of his fold, nor has he ever forgotten the lost one out in the cold. He has been with you in sorrows and cares, no trouble so great, but he gladly would share. When death came knocking at each one's door, his soul was touched, his heart made sore. That one who had wandered away from the fold, lost out on the desert, bleak and cold. His name was carried to the Father in prayer, never doubting a moment God's love and care. Now many winters crown his head, but his soul lives in close contact and by God is fed. We see Jesus mirrored on his noble face, a perfect reflection of God's love and grace. With patience and pain his cross he bears, till Jesus says, Come up higher, my glory to share. All this and more can we say of you, for we even found you faithful and true. Naught can e'er repay for what you've done, but our hearts and love forever you've won. So we thank our God for this, your 80th birthday, for you've made the world better as you walk life's way. So we tell you we love you, and with it we say, we are all here to wish you a happy birthday. I think he passed away the next year. Reverend Steve Porter.